Ready almost has his Mask of Madness.
Yeah, solo
they find
kill.
Aki,
Lots of
around.
And up top, they're going to go in on the Funnick. That's a duel on the Potato. Some counter damage coming out. Can Ake save his friend? No, he can't. The Omni Slash does not yield a kill. And just a 1-for-0 so far, but now support coming in. Dendy's here, RP ready. More TPs from
Both is stuck inside the creeps.
Oh no. But he's got support. Vanscore healing him up with the tether. Pycat taking a lot of damage here. Ake throws out the grave, maybe a little bit early. Now Pycat just trying to move in the trees to do what he can to survive. Ake with one last heal before they abandon. Pycat still alive, finally goes down. Now Dendy looking for the big RP, but Alliance not making his life easy. Loda TP's in, throws some axes at Havos. NaVi with quite a few low health heroes. They've gotten a good trade so far, and now if they can back out without too many casualties, that'll be Value Town, and they will. 1,600 net worth goes the way of the Radiant, and Funnick finds, well, doesn't get any damage, but a successful deal.
Huge fight for them. Yeah, taking down the Axe, taking down the Juggernaut, probably their two highest priority targets right now. And that's when Wisp is left unchecked with the Bristleback. Always able to keep him up online, and the Juggernaut Omni Slash didn't do enough damage at that point. Great versus one-on-one situation, but in 1-on-3, not enough.
Yep, and it kind of made this awkward. You don't know where he's going to land when he's done, so the Dazzle had a grave, wanted to use it, but couldn't quite get in position in time to get it off on the Jug, so a little bit unfortunate. Maybe could have gone better for Alliance. Smoke rotation at the bottom lane, though. MyNuts and Pycat looking to get aggressive. They've got a lane board here, so they see Go Black. He's hitting creeps anyway, but they know exactly what's going on.
He's almost 6 right now, though. He can actually kill MyNuts.
He can get a stun finger, but Pycat's going to be there with the taunt, and he'll have a dunk. No finger for you, Mr. Lion. Nice little smoke gang from Alliance.
And Vanscore almost level 6. He will be 6 after these Hellbear champions die. But on the flip side, Pycat almost with his Blink Dagger online. And Alliance have a better Roshan lineup, so they can definitely start eyeing that once Juggernaut completes his Mask of Madness. Looks like it's on the chicken right now, flying out. And how's the Blink Dagger progression from NaVi?
1900 on Dendy? Pretty close.
How about Funnick? 850 on him.
Yeah, not so close. Funnick had a much more difficult time in this lane. When NaVi draft their
Goblak looking to use a finger on Loda.
I'll see. Oh, let me pan it. That's where I was looking. Loda running out. He'll be okay. But yeah, usually when they do this LC Wisp, they keep the Wisp dedicated to that top lane. And obviously, they had to rotate to do the try-on-try, and that just hurt Funnick so much. It threw a wrench into the mix, and normally at this time, you'd expect Funnick to really have that snowball roll and be closing into the blink, maybe just a couple of creeps away, and here he's only halfway there. And that will limit the amount of momentum that NaVi will find in that little window here. Dendy gets his blink the same time Axe does.
Potato smokes into Roshan.
Yep, with that Mask of Madness, nice and easy. NaVi, no idea. Well, you have an idea it's coming, but you don't know exactly when. And no real easy way to deal with this.
And he's looking close to not being able to solo. They might have to devote one more hero to do so. Yeah, he's getting bashed a lot. Healing Ward is dead. Looks like they have to bring in Loda.
Come on, Loader, here to save the day. And take the bottle. And Roche will die. So the Troll gets the bounty rune right beforehand, and then the Juggernaut will grab the Aegis of the Immortal, another little boon going the way of Alliance. And now this moves into a double stack of Ancients.
On top of that, he gets a lot of levels, almost level 11. Last time he didn't have enough damage with level 2 Omni Slash. Different story. I don't know, it looks like he's about to die to these creeps.
He's trying his hardest, but needs to be careful. Funnick up top, hiding in the trees. Looks like NaVi want to have a go at either Pycat or MyNuts. Dendy ready to blink over the tree line. And Go Black ready with the finger. They will just back out.
Yep, they know something's funny. They have the river wards in the mid and bottom river, and no one's really shown on the map. No one's farming bottom lane. More likely than not, the heroes are up top. Very smart defensive play from Axe and MyNuts.
So Loda, what's he going for? Ogre Club with 1,700 gold. Could just be straight BKB. I think fast S&Y tends to be more of the Loda flavor. Couple of options.
Ooh, the Crimson Guard.
Yeah, that's quick. First item on the Bristle. This upgrades the Vanguard straight away. Pretty good this stage of the game. Mitigates a lot of damage when you use that active. Does help in the team fights. NaVi perhaps gearing up for Alliance to get a bit more aggressive. Dendi finds Loda, skewers him back, uses a solo RP. Oh my gosh, the disruption! Perfect timing, still takes the finger cooldown. All the damage was mitigated. Pycat wants to pursue, gets turned into a frog, and well, that'll be the end of that fight. No one dies, and that's a big victory for Alliance. 2 huge ultimates used.
Great positioning by MyNuts.
Wow. That's one of those like super clutch timings that you can't even really count on that often.
I mean, that's where the Ogre Claw comes in. Even for an SNY as opposed to a BKB, he has a lot of HP to tank through these ultimates. And not only that, it's dual. Goblack going for a D-Ward, but
it's going to be costly. And we'll get a stun on 2. Nice setup. Now the relocate coming in. Pycat goes on to go black, and they'll start to focus Ake. He manages to get the Grave off. Fast reaction there. Not enough mana for a TP, and we'll just get dueled. Now the disruption comes out. Will still be a winner for Funnick. And now Funnick gets Omni slashed and dunked. Brought down a 1 for 2. Alliance okay with that trade. Although Funnick did get a little bit of extra damage. Yep, got his first duel victory there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
oh, MyNuts kills the Sentry, but not the Observer Ward. It's slightly placed out of range, and they have a ward behind the tower. Dendi has to be very careful not to get caught by the blink from Pycat, and it looks like he's taking a counter-initiate.
Pycat, he wants to go in. This is Dire Vision we see, so they know exactly where Dendi's going. Creeps also know where he's going as they're following him into oblivion. And the tier 1 tower up top will fall. Loda gets the last hit and does indeed go for the S and Y, both of which, well, just 50 gold short. But we'll have it here just momentarily. That kill on Funnick couldn't have come at a much better time, slowing down his Blink Dagger even more. 200 gold away, and we'll have it, but have not made Funnick's life easy in this match, that's for sure.
The Grave came out in a great time. It wasted a lot of the relocate time, and when Bristleback's out of the fight, boom, that's the cue for them to commit all in to winning that fight.
So Pycat, what's he looking at for his next item? Not much progression yet, just the Blink Vanguard slowing down on the farming. There's Blink Dagger on the LC, and ooh, a smoke in the mid. Pycat and Ake looking to get a little aggressive here, perhaps. Ake level 6 did opt to skill
they might
lead.
kill Goblack.
Loda, also invisible coming in. Go black, gets Berserker called. Ake's there with the heal, and the dunk gets interrupted, but oh, now he's hexed again. Still don't think he's going to be able to live, but at least buys himself a time. Battle Hunger slowing him down, and Dazzle will get credit for that kill. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Shadow Demon got jumped on by Relocate Gang, and 1-for-1 around the map. They trade supports. The whip comes out, a defense at the tower. Alliance want to make a hold. Pycat comes in, taunts Havos back, and Havos will just go for the tower kill. No deny comes out. Pycat's all by himself, though NaVi don't know that. And they will just get the tower.
Dire's bottom tower is
Incredibly
under attack.
risky play by Pycat.
Yeah. Well, total tower count right now is 1-3, of course, in favor of Alliance on the Dire side after that successful tri-lane. Glancing at the graphs overall, net worth about 3,500 in favor of Alliance at about 3,000 experience, so they're still in pretty good shape, kind of controlling this game. Checking in on the Juggernaut, he'll go for a Yasha, Aegis of the Immortal, pretty soon to expire, has about a minute left on it. But the Potato coming online, and like you talked about, level 11, so has that Omni Slash at the ready.
Crimson Guard on Crimson Guard action.
Ooh, it's getting steamy here.
Axe just a few hundred gold away from completing that.
Okay.
Nice piece of work.
Sure is. And he's actually got the recipe, so he's going to have it now. And that buckler delivered. So, continuing to stack Ancients, something Alliance have been utilizing pretty well this game. Potato finding a lot of farm on that front. NaVi, they stacked this Ancients a while ago, but they haven't cleared it out. So it is something that Alliance have just been doing more efficiently. Down bottom, initiation onto the Lion. They catch him as he goes for the rune. The pick off on to Go Black.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And NaVi trying to venture into that Roshan pit area so that they can get an Aegis for old Bristleback, but they are just repelled every time they try and go down there. Every single time.
Yeah.
Trying to get a jump on Dendi in mid, but he is in a pretty well fortified position right next to that T2 tower. Relocate is up.
Funnick is hiding in the top lane right now. Has a TP scroll, but a 5v4 in the mid lane, depending on how this fight breaks out. Havost is actually the highest net worth farmer right now. Picked up the Sange after the Crimson Guard. So still a pretty tanky force right now. 1700 HP on that Bristleback.
Problem is the LC is way far behind the Bristle.
Yeah, not just the Bristle. LC is the lowest farming core in this game. The only folks lower than him are the supports.
So look at this huge stack. I think it's a quad stack.
Dire's top tower is under
Alliance
attack.
move into the bottom tier 2 tower, and up top, Funnick trying to pressure this one. He will not win the race. Fervor doing some work for Loda. Even a defensive weave here. The healing ward. Easy pushing for Alliance. This is like the game of Sange and Yasha. One on the Bristle, one on the Troll. I think the Potato's going to go for a Manta, but still, lots of S&Y action this game, Merlini.
Is he going to go for a Manta?
I'm not sure. I think
Dire's top tower
I haven't
is
seen
under
too
attack.
many Jugs go the S&Y route.
It's alright. It's not so bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It just seems that most of them favor Manta.
Just to make you a little bit more elusive, and
Yeah.
still Alliance already controlling this area too. We see, as you said, EGM always taking out the ancient relocate on top.
Yep, duel on the Loda. He gets fingered. The relocate should secure the kill, and Funnick will get a bit of extra damage. Now up to 38. TP reaction coming in. Potato, Ake, and My Nuts all ready to fight. RP catches the Dazzle, but the Dazzle only. Now Funnick pursues forward onto My Nuts on the other side of the fight. Pycat can't really find the right opening as Potato comes in onto Funnick. It's a solo Omni Slash and a kill secured on the Legion Commander. A 1 for 2 as they did lose their Troll and Dazzle. Not the end of the world for Alliance.
They were just waiting there. Funnick was sitting up there so long waiting for a Blink to 1 to relocate.
Yeah. It's a good setup, but still just not clean from NaVi. I mean, LC's like one of those few carries that you can actually trade 1 for 1 like that and get the dual damage and feel like, nah, that was okay. Could have been a lot worse, but
When it happens over and over again, it's just not so great. I think she was able to buy before she died, though, which is pretty big.
yeah, you
That
did pick
much
up the
closer.
broadsword.
Blade Mails are really important in this game because they don't have any BKBs yet.
It is the S&Y on Jug. Okay, you were right. EGM favoring some S&Y action, tanking up a bit.
It's important to kite the Bristle and the LC because both of them have extra move speed, overwhelming odds, and the Goo, or sorry, the Warpath.
Yeah.
So they need to be able to kite them since they don't have naturally fast heroes.
Okay. 3 S&Ys in one game, pretty atypical. Roche, the max timer here. 3 minutes after the first bout. Funnick, that's scattered out by Loda. Whirling axes, and Funnick will just press the attack and head to safety. Pycat trying to close the gap. Gets off the
Look at the
battle
maim, dude. The maim.
Ooh.
The maim.
All right, easy pick on the LC. They will have to pay with their tier 1 towers. Potato comes spinning on in. It's a Potato frenzy. Now he gets hexed. Does not have an Omni Slash here. Might have bit off more than you can chew with that one. Alliance on their way in to try and take a fight, but with their Jug already dead, probably not the way they want to do it. Pycat going back in, uses a Berserker's Call.
Man, Pycat has a gem. He has to be very careful here.
Yeah, and it looks like he might just try to find the escape. Perhaps he'll sacrifice Ake again. He goes down, goes for the Grave TP. The interrupt is there, but it does hold Navi's attention and allow the rest of his teammates to make an escape.
Yeah, not really sure what Potato was doing there with an Omni Slash up. But even without it, he can get stunned or hexed during the transition from Blade Fury to Omni Slash from Goblag. And I mean, also RP. He can just get RP spin and just die. So he has to be very careful not to make those sort of risky plays.
I mean, his teammates were moving that direction, so maybe he just thought they were a little bit closer and wanted to bait them before Navi made their exodus. But
it's a level 1 spin. It's not going to really force a reaction out of Navi at all.
yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm just sort of grasping at straws, trying to get in the head
he
of the player.
expected this team to come in, maybe get graved, and then right click, and go into Omni Slash up for healing wave. And it's still a risky play. If he gets a little bit of damage on Bristle, it doesn't matter. It's not going to stick because of the overpower steal on IO.
Yeah.
EO.
So they will get some dewarding action here using the gem in the inventory of Pycat to get vision control of the Roche pit. And we'll see some initiation here in the mid lane. Duel on to Loda. That'll be another winner for Funnick. A 5v4 as Pycat hops in on the Funnick now. Havos in the front lines. Crimson Guard used. They do get the kill on Legion Commander pretty quickly. All of a sudden a 4v4, make it almost a 4v5 by Nuts with a great defensive disruption. Buys himself some time. Potato goes right back in after the Omni Slash. A Blade Fury back to the tower to try and live. Dendy there with the RP. Secures the kill on the Jug. Pycat, good heal bomb from Ake. Turns the tides a little bit. Ake could pay with his life. The finger brings him down. Dunk onto Van Score, a chaotic bloodbath in the mid, but it is